Yes, good morning to all of you. Myself, Mahesh Jagdish Pingle, lecturer Electronics Engineering, Government Polytechnic Gambad. So, dear students, today we are going to discuss the concept of skip distance in skywave propagation. So, in previous two lectures, we are just going on taking the lectures on the skywave propagation, and we are discussing everything related with the skywave propagation. Now, in this particular lecture, we are going to discuss the concept of skip distance in skywave propagation. So, what exactly we mean by the skip distance? So, while defining the skip distance, we can define skip distance as the skip distance is the shortest distance from the transmitter measured along the surface of the earth at which a sky wave of fixed frequency return back to the earth. I will repeat once again. The skip distance is defined as the shortest distance from the transmitter measured along the surface of the earth at which sky wave of fixed frequency return back to the earth. Now let us discuss with this particular definition what we understood from this particular definition. So suppose at this particular point your transmitter is present. So this is the position of the transmitter. Now this particular complete layer, so from this particular point up to this particular point, this is nothing but the ionosphere layer, which is formed due to the ultraviolet radiations from the sun. Now the signal gets reflected from this particular ionosphere, as we already discussed. Suppose some signal it is sent to this particular ionosphere layer and it will return back to the earth's surface, right? So this particular axis indicates the earth's surface, right? So at this particular point, suppose I will get the signal, right? So suppose we say that this is ray 1 or electromagnetic ray 1. So this particular angle of incidence of ray 1, it is very much large, right? So the angle of incidence, it is very much large. So that's why whatever the distance covered by the ray 1, it is very much high, or a longer distance it is covered by the ray 1. Now the second case we will take into the consideration. Now suppose the ray 2, it is incidenting on this particular surface. Now the angle of incidence gets suppose reduced, right? So whatever this particular angle of incidence, now the angle of incidence gets reduced. So because of the reduction in the angle of incidence, the ray 2 will cover a minimum distance than that of your ray 1. So suppose this is a point, is nothing but transmitter point. Now suppose ray 1 will reach at particular point, suppose B. Now ray 2 will reach C. So C is the closest distance to the A from that of B. So the ray 1 covers a longer distance, but ray 2 covers a shortest distance than that of your ray B. Suppose we will consider another signal. Suppose I will transmit a signal. Suppose this is your ray 3. Now whatever the angle of incidence itself once again gets reduced. Now the ray 3 will reach, suppose the point at destination D. So D is very much closer to A than that of your C and B. So range of communication is minimum for D. Now after that, once again if I will send any one signal, and if that particular angle of incidence gets reduced, then this particular ray never get reflect back towards the earth's surface, and it will escape out through the ionosphere. So suppose ray 4 is the ray or the electromagnetic energy which will not reach to the earth's surface. Similarly, we can talk about the ray 5. Similarly, it gets escapes out from this particular ionospheric layer or absorbed by this particular ionospheric layer. So these ray 4 and ray 5 never come back to the earth. So here what we understood is that this particular distance d is the distance where we are actually receiving the signal, and below that particular distance no any signals we are capable to reach. So this particular distance from distance point A, that is from transmitter up to the D, it is known as skip distance. So while defining the skip distance, we can say that the skip distance is defined as the shortest distance. So it is minimum distance than that of your C and B. It is the shortest distance from the transmitter. So here your transmitter is located. So shortest distance from a transmitter measured along the surface of the earth at which a sky wave of fixed frequency return back to the earth. So at this point, up to this particular point, the sky wave energy return back to the earth. If we further change the angle, then this particular energy never return back to the earth and it will get escape out like ray 4 and ray 5. Thus the given frequency of the angle corresponding to the ray 3 result as shortest distance up to the point of return. Therefore this particular distance it is called as the skip distance. Now here one of the important point we have to note is that now if a higher frequency is beamed up at an angle incidence of ray 3, then it will not come back to the earth. Thus MEF for the given 2 points between the communication takes place is the frequency which makes a distance up to equal to the skip distance. So maximum usable frequency, if we goes on increasing the frequency and if the signal is not returning back to the earth surface, so the frequency which return back to the earth surface, that is called as your maximum usable frequency. So the maximum usable frequency is defined the skip distance. So the maximum usable frequency also plays one of the important role while defining the skip distance. So I will repeat once again. The skip distance is defined as the shortest distance from a transmitter measured along the earth surface at which the sky wave of fixed frequency returns back to the earth. This frequency should be greater than that of your critical frequency. So whatever the frequency we are selecting here for transmitting and reception purpose, it should be greater than that of your critical frequency. Now here we observe that the different angle of incidence of different rays. So this particular ray 1 has a large angle of incidence, then for ray 2 angle of incidence gets reduced. Similarly for ray 3 the angle of incidence gets also reduced. So due to the reduction in the angle, the rays return at a point which are more and more closer to the transmitter. So it becomes closer to the transmitter, so the distance covered by this particular electromagnetic wave gets reduced. Similarly the skip distance itself decreases with reduction in the angle of incidence. So for the angle of incidence much less than that of ray 3 and ray 4, the rays 4 and 5 cannot return back to the earth surface and escapes as shown in figure. So here we observe that the angle of incidence also gets reduced. Now this ray 4 and 5 never come back to the earth surface and they escapes out. Finally the angle of incidence is just slightly smaller than that of your corresponding to the ray 3, then the wave will return but at a farther position than the earth surface. So this is all about the skip distance of skywave propagation. Now in our next lecture we are going to discuss the skip zone of skywave propagation. So thank you very much.